live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Good topics.
Yep.
So Sonya Richards-Ross and her husband Aaron Ross were on the Pivot podcast about a week ago.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. And she talked a little bit about how Olympic athletes don't get paid. They participate in the Olympics, and they kind of get the, well, you're representing your country and, it's an honor to do this. So there is no compensation. And that, she got some backlash because people say that you should just be happy to represent your country. You shouldn't be paid.
Oh, okay.
I know how you feel about this, but let's hear it.
I would like any person who works in America, works, mind you, goes, puts hours in, puts effort in, to tell me they'd be okay with somebody saying to them, you should just be happy to be with this company. You don't need money. What is money for? You just need to be happy you're working, because it is no different than telling an Olympic athlete, someone as storied as this woman is. Like, let's be clear, we are talking about somebody who is a gold medalist. She is a boss. She was a boss on the track. That she doesn't work a job because she spends her days training to be able to go and compete against other athletes from all over the world who are doing the exact same thing.
Right.
So this is feeling a lot like the NCAA stuff, right? Like, why is it okay that you get to make all of this money as the Olympics? But, and let me say, because I found this fact, they said that if they medal, they get $37,500 for a gold medal, $22,500 for a silver medal, and $15,000 for a bronze.
Okay.
So that's supposed to be enough. Because what you're not seeing in the background is somebody got to pay these people that they training with, the people who feed the nutritionist, the dietitian, all of these, they have a ton of people, strength conditioning, all these different types of people they're paying in order to make them Olympic ready. And all those people don't come free or cheap. Try to go get yourself a nutritionist and see how much that costs you. And you're not going to get the best like they would. So you can't even imagine the cost of what they're spending out to be able to do this. So I was about to say, I'm just audacity of some people to minimalize what they're doing to the point of
what was you about to say?
I'm not going to say that. Minimalize the
caucasity
of what they are doing, and making it seem like they should just be lucky to be doing this. Bordering on slavery thought process to me. And it rubs me wrong. Like, it really does. Just how can you even,
It's the mind F of America, right? Because what they do is they try to sell you on this Yankee mentality, this, this patriot mentality of it's all for our country. And, when this country is built on capitalism, which we know that only is able to really, really exist. And there's only able to be this higher, class of people built on slave labor.
Yeah.
So we can have and give you the rah-rah, this is for your country. And if I'm making money on the back end and I ain't got to pay you, then of course I want to make you okay with the fact that you're not getting no money.
Right. It's just sickening. It's disgusting.
The caucasity.
Oh,
God.
God.
Step, I'm gonna stop.
But yeah, it's this, oh, geez. It's really bad.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hearing her talk about it and how she really got like the pushback out, the pushback part. Hearing that they didn't get paid was shocking enough, but the pushback on the fact that they're not getting paid just really, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about again? Like, what? Nobody, I can't think of a person that loves their job enough that they would just go and not get paid. I just don't. Who is it? And if you're out there, good for you, but I just don't believe the majority of us, that's not how we operate.
Now, that's different than volunteering.
Yeah, no, I said your job.
No, that's what I'm saying. I just wanted to make that clear
to
the people listening that, you're somebody who volunteers your time often.
That's
awesome. What I'm saying? But that's different than having a job.
Absolutely.
And going to your job and not getting paid for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I volunteer all the time, but that don't mean, no.
Yeah.
But that would be different than when I'm paid. Like, don't ask me to be working for you for free. That's slavery.
Exactly.
Not happening. Anyway, let's move on because I could be here all day because this really just gets me.
All right, let me get how you feel about Drew Brees being one and done with NBC. And when we talked a bit about this during our production meeting, one of the things I brought up was his tweet about coming back to the NFL, which he later came out and said, wasn't an unretirement or wasn't along the lines of like unretiring. What do you think about it? Like, what is he up to?
So what I know of, not just Drew Brees, most professional athletes, I'm not even going to say all, but most professional athletes is when they make that decision, it's funny if you watch them, most of them, you rarely see them emotional unless they're winning or they're quitting. Those are the two times you see athletes emotional, winning or quitting. And so I feel like it's such a tough transition.
Yeah. So
there's always this in the back of their heads, I could go play again thing, right? Y'all know our brother Cord. Cord always posting stuff like, man, it made me want to get back out there. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. Right. I love you, but no. Like, right. So
reconsider.
Yes, please reconsider. Yes. So
he can still go do it though.
I feel like this is what's happening with Drew Brees. He thought being able to go and talk about football would fill the void, right? And it did not.
Yeah.
And so now he's in this space of how can I get that mojo back? Like they're all you can speak to this, I am sure, as a former athlete, that you all are always looking for that next thing to give you that same feel, right? Yeah. What is it that I can get that's gonna make me feel like I did when I was, you know what I'm saying? And so that just happened to not be it for him.
Right.
And so I don't know what he's up to. Of course, they came out with their generic statement from NBC saying that he said he wanted to spend more time with his family. Who does that sound like?
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Who said the same thing, and then a month later, he was like, you know what, family time over, I gotta get back to it. Right.
These loners get on my nerves.
Right. I don't know what I was thinking about. No thank you. Right. So I feel like we might see Drew Brees try to come back to the NFL. I don't do it, but I'm just saying. Because unlike you said, I want you to say the part you said, because this is the part why he should.
The way he looked when he left, you need to stay retired, sir. Man, it was one play that I saw, and I had to call. Shout out to my brother Dirk. I had to call him when he threw that wounded duck down the field and it got intercepted. I was like, man, it's done
over.
For him. It's over.
It was an anomaly all in itself anyway for somebody as little as him to be able to throw the ball as well as he did. And so far, like he had an arm, somebody so small, right? But age don't care who you are. And the things of our bodies will break down, right? So, and you don't take care of yourself. We can talk about Tom Brady. He is also an anomaly because he takes care of himself exceptionally. It's beyond the normal what anybody would do, right? Right. So, but you don't take care of yourself like that, as far as I know anyway. I've never seen anything that said or indicated that you did. So I feel like you are just regular, ordinary Drew Brees, and you're not going to be
He been in New Orleans since 2000. He been eating that gumbo and that crawfish and them beignets. Man, he ain't taking care of himself.
Yeah. And now that you've been off a
year,
it's hard to see somebody in shape come back. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Right, let's move on to these 17 players who've been suspended, for this inaugural LIV tournament in London.
Yeah, this is some crazy stuff right here. PGA trying to act real gangster.
Yeah.
They trying to act real gangster. I had to go back and really, really read, what is going on in this situation? Because why are y'all suspending them again? Really?
Put their foot down.
Because y'all not able to blackmail them into not participating in other people's tournaments by keeping them caught up in your membership as a part of the PGA. So they just said, fine, we resigned from our membership. So we have the freedom. Again, different than the Olympic story, but very much so the same sentiment of trying to make somebody do it the way you want them to do it in order to, you know what I mean? And so shame on you, PGA Tour, for what are you doing trying to hold these guys back from traveling all over the world if they want to and participating in these golf tournaments? You think all you got is just the best and that's it? I'm sorry. I'm
with you.
I'm on one.
I don't have much to say about this topic. The caucasity.
Oh God. This is some capitalism at its finest.
Well, we're the pinnacle, and so if you want to go do something else, then you can't be a part of us.
Right.
Now ain't nothing without us.
Fine. I mean, because what's going to end up happening is now you've opened, in my opinion, a can of worms, because you didn't just suspend some mediocre players. Like you suspended some people who won PGA championships and Phil Mickelson. I can't say the man's name. Phil Mickelson. I can't say his name. Mickelson.
Yes.
Is like iconic.
Yeah.
In golf, y'all suspended him. What are we doing? So what you've done is open this can of worms, and I feel like what's going to happen is now more people will be opening up to having these tournaments and bringing these players to these different countries. Now you just open it up. Now they're like, oh, so they're not having to be restricted anymore. Well, let's have one here, and let's have one here, and let's have one here. And guess what? They're going to get their happy butts on the plane and go right on over there and play. Right. And y'all will be the ones with the bottom tier players over
Mhm.
here because they stayed and kept their membership.
Right.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck indeed, because
Good luck.
right now you gotta. It was one of the only people who said I ain't gonna do it was Tiger.
Well, we're not gonna talk. I'm not going there because we already know what Tiger. I'm not going there.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.